Welcome back to Content Hub, the only YouTube channel worth watching. Today, we delve into a geopolitical puzzle that is shaking the world of international relations to its core. We're exploring the Biden administration's delicate dance in the Arab world, a story of diplomacy, conflict, and a struggle for influence and understanding. Before we dive headfirst into this complex web of global politics, don't forget to subscribe and ring the bell. Your support keeps us on our relentless pursuit of truth and understanding. Now, without further ado, we embark on this intricate journey. Imagine a world where diplomatic cables, not just public proclamations, reveal the real nature of international relations. This is the world we're stepping into today. The Biden administration, known for its diplomatic approach, is facing a crisis that could alter its legacy in the Arab world. The problem? Its unflinching support for Israel during the Gaza military campaign, a position that has caused waves of discontent across the Arab nations. Our story begins with the recent intensification of the Gaza conflict, a familiar geopolitical hotspot. Israel's military campaign, backed by the US, resulted in over 1,400 Israeli casualties following attacks by Hamas. This American backing didn't merely raise eyebrows, it sounded alarms. A diplomatic cable from the US Embassy in Oman, a confidential communication now in the public domain, starkly warns that the US risks losing Arab publics for a generation. This isn't merely a policy disagreement, it's a dramatic shift in public perception. The reaction from the Arab world was swift and severe. From Egypt's state-run media lambasting President Biden's actions as surpassing the cruelty of previous US presidents, to the widespread sentiment across the Middle East, the message was unequivocal. The US's actions were inexcusable. This was more than diplomatic posturing. It was a public outcry against what many viewed as complicity in potential war crimes. At the heart of this maelstrom stands the Biden administration. Confronted with escalating pressure, both from international allies and domestic critics, its response has been a precarious balancing act. While resisting demands for a ceasefire, they've advocated for humanitarian aid and pauses in military operations. But the question lingers, are these measures enough to soothe the growing discontent and address the humanitarian crisis? The pressure isn't solely international, it's also simmering at home. Within the US, the administration faces protests, political opposition, and symbolic acts of dissent. The images of Palestinian civilian casualties have not only incited outrage abroad, but have also deeply resonated with the American public. This domestic unrest adds another layer of complexity to an already intricate situation. As we look towards the future, the trajectory of US-Arab relations appears increasingly uncertain. The current path suggests a challenging journey ahead. The US's navigation through this diplomatic minefield could redefine its role and influence in the Middle East. The stakes are high, and the world is watching. In conclusion, we've navigated a narrative that's as complex as it is crucial. The Biden administration's position in the Arab world is more than a policy issue. It's a litmus test for the effectiveness of modern diplomacy. As we continue to witness the unfolding of these events, one thing remains clear. The impact of these decisions will reverberate far beyond the corridors of power. Remember, in the intricate dance of diplomacy, every step, every gesture, and every word counts. Until next time, keep questioning, keep exploring, and most importantly, keep learning.